Welcome to the first lesson here, and this topic we're going to cover what is your why. Now, this is going to be over basically Start With Why by Simon Sinek. He wrote this book a while back now, and it's a great book. I definitely recommend you to read it. Throughout these lessons, there's going to be quite a few books that I'm going to base these topics off, and I most encourage you to buy these books and read them or listen to them if you buy audiobook because they are tremendously well-written books for business. So we're going to start with why. And the basic premise of it is everyone knows what you do, everyone knows how you do it, but not many people know why you do it. So what do I mean by why we do it? So let me give you a few examples. So if I ask you, what do you do? You're gonna say because I have a passion for cars and detailing, right? As detailers, detailing business, what do you do? I have a passion for cars and detailing. Then I ask you, well, why do you have a passion for car detailing? Well, because I want to start my own business. Okay, that's interesting. Well, why do you want to start your own business? Because I want to create a lifestyle business for myself. So asking why gets down to the core reason of why you're doing something. And this is a big topic because when things get rough, your why is what's going to push you forward. Now, illustrated by this beautiful photo I have here, is that obviously when things are going great, it's easy to keep on going, right? Because things are in your favor. But when things aren't so good, which is here the dips that you have to go through, that's when you really have to look for some motivation, inspiration, or what have you. And knowing your why you do things, is a vital point, a vital function to your business to keep on pushing forward on whatever is happening in the current state that you're in. So what you want to do is you want to ask yourself why 3 times, and that's kind of just a general rule of thumb, but it's going to help you discover a more meaningful core reason for what you're doing. Because for the most part, if you ask anyone why the first time, it's going to be a real vague, top of the line answer that isn't really meaty or meaningful. So I like here again it says, why do you want to start a car detailing business? Because I like to detail cars and I have a passion for it. Again, vague, not really meaningful. It isn't. It's just a real high level overview of why you started a car detailing business. Then we'll move on to the second why. Well, why do you like to detail cars and have a passion for it? Well, because I've always wanted to start my own business. Okay, that's interesting. Now we're getting a bit deeper into your why, and then I'll ask the why one more time. And it says, well, because if I have my own business, I can make more money to take care of my family. So the why you started the business is not because you like to detail cars and you have a passion for it. It's not because you always wanted to start your own business, although all those do contribute to why you started a business. But the real reason why you started a car detailing business is because you want to have your own business so you can make more money and to ultimately take care of your family. So that is a true why, because you want to take care of your family, not because you want to detail cars and you have a passion for it. Although those are valid reasons, the real core why, the meaningful why, what's going to push you forward, what inspires you, is because you want to take care of your family. And again, your why is going to be completely different. No one's why is going to be exactly the same. Someone just wants to do it as a hobby. Someone wants to do it financially. Someone wants to do it because they want to start their own product line. Whatever it may be, your why is going to be different. That doesn't matter on what your why is. These are just examples. Now, here are a few more examples just to give you a different perspective on your why. So let's say, for instance, fitness, right? If you want to start working out, you want to start getting better shape, you want to have a better body, I'm going to ask you, well, why do you want to work out? And they're going to say, I want to start working out. Well, let me backtrack. They want, in fitness, they want to say, I want to start working out. So then I'll ask, well, why? And then they'll answer, so I can lose weight and look good. Which makes sense, which most people do. But then you ask why one more time, and they'll answer, well, I'm getting married in the summer, and I want to look good in my suit or in my dress or whatever it may be. But for instance, it starts off as, I just want to work out. Well, why do you want to work out? I want to look good. That's a good reason, but why do you want to look good? What's the inspiration or motive behind that? Well, I'm getting married in the summer. I want to look good in my suit. That makes perfect sense. So it's not because you want to work out. It's not because you want to look good for other people. It's because you personally are going to get married, and it's an important, obviously important part of your life. So you want to look good in your suit for your wedding. Now, let's get more specific and let's talk about reading marketing books. Now, that's more niche, that's more specific. So why do you read marketing books? Well, I want to continue my education and better my skills. Great reason, but why? Well, I'll be able to apply these skills for a company. Okay, that sounds great, but why? Well, I eventually want to start my own marketing firm. So asking three whys it gets down. The first answer is always going to be the high level, vague answer of I want to continue my education and better my skills. And as we go forward further and ask more whys, it's what I eventually want to start my own marketing firm. So it's not going to come as natural as this in the beginning if this is your first time experiencing this type of method, just because you got to experiment with your reasoning and how you answer the whys. But it gives you a better sense of what's the real core meaning to yourself, not why you're doing it high level, but the true meaning, the deep down in your heart or in your goals that you want to achieve is why you're doing something. Very important. Having your why really helps you bring clarity, focus, and motivation to what you're doing. Because if you're real vague on starting your car detailing business and you're not too sure, you kind of like it, you kind of don't, you just want to make money, you don't really like detailing. Well, if you don't have clarity on what you're doing and why you're doing it, then when things get tough, like I mentioned, when things aren't going as well, when there's a bit of resistance or barriers in front of you, it's very easy to detour from that and not go after it. It's very easy to just say, okay, well, that's too many problems, that's too many obstacles, let me just give up on it. But if you have a lot of clarity on what you're going after and why, then going over the obstacles and pushing through is much, much easier. And of course, it's going to bring focus and motivation. If you have clear goals, if you know why you're doing it, then you can be laser focused on how and what and why and when you're going to do all of it. And motivation is obviously like going back to what I've been saying during those tough times. You'll reach down to your why. You'll keep on coming back to why you started, and it should be able to push you through on your game plan, on your strategy, or whatever you're trying to execute for that time. Now, your homework, all right? So I want you to write down what you do. And obviously, as detailers, we detail cars. How you do it, obviously, you're going to have, whatever way you do it, and then why you do it, and ask yourself at least 3 times why you do it. So to give you an example is, and this is just a made-up example, so I'll ask what you do, and I offer convenient mobile car detailing services to the Miami area. That's what you do. Now, how do you do that? And obviously, this is gonna differ from person to person. No one's gonna have the exact same thing. Do not worry about it. Don't try to mimic anyone else or mine. Just write your own, and that's good enough. So how do you do it? Well, by using simple and effective cleaning and detailing methods to produce amazing results. Well, why do you do it? So people can enjoy their car more for everyday needs. So for me personally, again, this is an example. So I'm talking out of the perspective of this example. But for me, I detail cars not because I just want to make money, but I want to detail cars because I feel like it's a part of everyone's day, and if the car is cleaner, they'll enjoy their day more when they're commuting to work, to home, or just running errands. So that could be one why, and everyone's why is going to be different. Don't worry about it. Just think about your true cause of what you're doing and why you're doing it. So here's another example, just to kind of give you different perspectives. What do? I offer interior car detailing services to the Miami area. Well, how do you do that? By using simple and effective detailing methods to restore your car's interior to a like new condition. Now, here's a different why from the last one. Why do you do it? So you can sell your car for a better price. Now, this perspective here is that I clean interiors for people that are about to sell their car. So if you come to me and you want to sell your car, I'm not going to clean your car so it looks good for you, but I'm cleaning your car so you can sell it for a better price. Small changes in the why, which make big differences, and you'll find out why, how that works later on in the lessons. But here's a different why. It's so you can sell your car for a better price. Not just because you want a better looking interior, not because it's just dirty, but because you want to sell your car for a better price. Hopefully that makes sense. So that concludes lesson 1. If you need help with any lessons whatsoever that I go over, if you want to, ask me any questions, if you want more feedback or anything, please don't feel, by all means, send me an email at detailgroup@gmail.com. I put my email everywhere. I don't think I put it in the next lessons, but by all means, save this email, detailgroup@gmail.com. Ask me any questions about anything in your business when you're starting, anything that you need help with. I will be here and try to help you out the most I can. So I'll see you in lesson 2.